These skies have a different light, why noise that keeps me up at night. I can't help but think back to you.
Okay, so this is the part of the stream that I want to talk about. And I'm gonna be bringing up this team. This team has a special reason for being on screen right now. Because I recently finally beat, after 20 tries, I finally got AS Isuka's Manifest Weapon all leveled up, increased the power, let's go, sugoi sugoi! So I was going to put this on a video format on YouTube, but I'm just gonna say it on Twitch here because I wanted to stream and I want to talk about it because you guys won't get the picture and you're just gonna see my gotcha avatar. Anyways, so it's almost been a week since I have uploaded the first manifest battle of Azure Flutter, aka Another Style Isuka's manifest weapon. So this is very much like Another Style Toova's manifest weapon, Moon Spirit Khakkhara, where I didn't record the final battle of the manifest weapon, so I will talk about it through speech and the pictures you're going to be seeing. And with Azure Flutter, so with AS Isuka, she has two different forms. There's the Cyclone form and the Butterfly form. And with Cyclone form, it's an attack. It's a wind type / attack on a single enemy, and power to that enemy, and intelligence minus 30%, 3 turns, and inflict pain on 3 turns as well. And in Butterfly form, the only way to get to Butterfly form is with Billowing Cloud. Butterfly form, wind type resistance of all enemies, negative 50% on 3 turns, and restore all party members 30 MP. And United, stacks 3 Passionate Worms on Fusers. Okay. And with Billowing Cloud, will change form and does not consume Passionate Worms during another force. So if you're ever in Cycle form or Butterfly form, you're gonna change it. They're gonna change it. So aside from that, I do plan on showing you how I defeated those manifest battles. And what I was mentioning about earlier was Moon Spirit Khakkhara and Azure Flutter. But with Azure Flutter, it's all based on RNG, and I had to use hold ground badges to do so. And if you guys want to see them, let me know in the comments down below. Now, there are potential strategies that are much better than my own, since I don't have that one badge that can set up a freaking fire zone on any unit, but this strategy is rather usable and will need the following units and their specific setups. So, we're gonna go back to the team. So, we'll first have NS Garyu with the moves Explosion, Inferno, and Burning Shield. Next up, we have Mariel, who has the moves Holy Burst, Pure Cradle, and High Power Down, with the power of Curses Grasta and enhanced with a Dormant Ore. So if you guys want to get High Power Down, enhance it with a Dormant Ore and you're good to go from there. Next is Bivette. Bivette needs to have these moves: Incineration, Flame of Life, and True Staff's Prayer with the Staff's Prayer Grasta and enhanced with a Dormant Ore. If you guys want to get True Staff's Prayer, you can do it with enhancing it with a Dormant Ore. I am losing my mind. And for the next unit, we have Mana with the moves Flare Thrust, Mephistopheles, I always get it wrong, like Mephistopheles, and Midnight Cendrillon. And with Mephistopheles, it can decrease power on enemies by negative 35% and intelligence plus 35%, and it's helpful against Azure Flutter, especially if you're using magic type units. And lastly, Another Style Rosetta with the skills Dies Irae, Tree of Life, and Prayer of Judgment. And obviously you need Another Style Rosetta to set down a magic zone to increase further power with the magic zone, with the magic type units that you're going to be fighting with. And what I did is that I have AS Rosetta equip the 9 lives badge, which gives the unit hold ground once the unit is at max HP. And for the other 3 magic type units, NS Garyu, NS Mariel, and Bivette, I have given them the 9 lives Graspa enhancement ore on different Grastas that they have in their Grasta slots. So if you guys want to get the 9 lives enhancement ore, You just gotta go through the future Garulia continent, another dungeon, in order to get the 9 lives Rasta enhancement. And for Mana, well, she's just Mana. I'm sorry, Mana. Anyways, I went into the battle with NS Garyu, NS Mariel, Bivette, Mana, AS Isuka in order to activate the Manifest battle, and AS Rosetta. I started off with the buffs and debuffs. Garyu with Burning Shield, Mariel with high power down on both Azure Flutters, because there's 2 of them, Cyclone form and Butterfly form, Bivette with Flame of Life, and Mana with Mephistopheles. It's a big mouthful. Next up is, after the first turn, I switched to AS Rosetta with Mana to establish Magic Zone, followed by Garyu with another Burning Shield, Mariel with Pure Cradle, and Bivette with Incineration. After tanking the hit from Azure Flutter Cyclone form, I throw in the AF bar, half AF bar, with True Steps Prayer and Prayer of Judgment. Of course, we reach the 8 HP stopper on both forms, and they both activate Butterfly's Dream, which removes all buffs and debuffs on both units and enemies. So I did the most reasonable thing by setting Burning Shield and High Power down from both Garyu and Mariel respectively, Incineration from Bivette, and DS Ire from AS Rosetta to raise up that AF bar. And I tank the attacks to survive, and after that, attack with NS Garyu, Bivette, and AS Rosetta, while NS Mariel sets up Pure Cradle. Now, this was really pure RNG in the next turn, believe it or not. Because after that, attack with all 4 units, and then Azure Flutter Cyclone form attacks with all equal, which can easily defeat one of your units. This time, because in the past attempts, she attacks like 1 or 2 units. This time, she attacks Bivette 2 times and takes the sacrifice. We sacrifice Bivette for that moment. And just have to make sure that there are 3 units on the front lines to tank it with the AF bar with NS Garyu, NS Mariel, and AS Rosetta. After that, I put in through the AF bar and defeated Azure Flutter and immediately got AS Isuka's Manifest weapon. I was so happy about defeating this Manifest weapon. It was just pure strategy by myself, since I haven't seen other people using Magic Zone to defeat AS Isuka's Manifest weapon, but I am very much proud of how this strategy came about. I wanted to show you guys, but that would be for another story. Anyways, let's continue where we left off. Oh my god. I'm coming home.